right, so we're on the train to Disney. It wasn't too bad to get there, pretty easy. The iconic handles, I'm sure everybody's seen those. So on this day, we are going to Tokyo DisneySea, and the crowd wasn't too bad. It looks really bad, but honestly, when we were out there, it wasn't that bad at all. And I was totally taken back by how everything looked. I wasn't expecting the Italian entry in the front and the whole feel of it, and I was totally blown away with this journey to the center of the earth area. It was so immersive. If you've been to Disneyland here in the States, it was as immersive as going to the Star Wars area, which I thought was incredible. Now here I'm going through all the food. I really love the food in Japan. I'm sure if you've talked to people who've been to Japan, they've all said good things about the food. It was really hard because I wanted to try everything all the time. We ended up going to the park for 4 days, 2 days to sea and 2 days to the Magic Kingdom side. And obviously that's still just not, 2 days isn't enough to try everything that you would want to try. And I love that they had these little visual displays of what the food would look like, because I'm definitely a visual eater, especially when I'm eating foreign foods. It's, you know, I've been to Paris and things like that, when you order something and you weren't really visualizing that, it shows up and you're like, oh. So those visuals were really nice. Here we're at the Little Mermaid Grotto, which just totally blew me away how immersive it was. I loved all the tiles. I love, Ariel is one of my favorite princesses, so I was obsessed with this area. I think later in the video we'll end up in that, so I can talk more about it. But we are going to be heading over to Fantasyland. So that is the new land that they opened over in Japan, and you have to get a special ticket to get in over there, and we got an earlier ticket, so we went straight back over there. And you guys, when I say this is like the best park in the Disney world, like not like world, like the world of Disney, like they just totally blew it out of the park with this. Like the figures carved in the stone, the rides. One of the things, like I know everybody's so nostalgic about the Disneyland in California, which I am too. I can definitely see that and understand it. We all have memories there. But one of the things with it being older is that the technology in the park isn't new, and obviously the Japan park is newer, so it has all the latest tech in it, and you can just really tell how much more immersive the experience is because the tech is new. So here we have the Peter Pan ride, which is a 3D ride. I always get a little bit motion sick on those, so it wasn't my favorite ride, but it visually looked really cool and it was super immersive. Here they have the popcorn. So I think I did like a short video, and there were, I think, like 14 different flavors of popcorn around the park, and they were like unique flavors, like curry and roast beef and things like that. So in this part here, we are in the Arendelle area. I forget what they called this restaurant, but it just looked incredible. We didn't eat in here because when I looked at the menu, I didn't really see anything I wanted to eat, and it was one of those restaurants where it was like a 3-course meal, and I think it was just one option. It was like $40 or $50, and it wasn't food I really wanted to eat. So we just went and looked around, which is nice. They let you in there. You don't have to just eat food to be able to see inside, because this area, the Frozen, again, just because the tech is new, it's just so immersive. The detail, the lengths that they went to, you genuinely feel like they're in Arendelle, or you're in Arendelle. That was a glimpse of my bag, by the way. If you want to check out 93 Moments, I have a patent pending on that bag. It holds your ears. So here we're still just checking out Arendelle. You can see the Kristoff, Olaf. I really want to go back and see the robot Olaf. I don't know if you guys have seen the TikToks of the new tech. I think that's over in Paris, but I'm sure it'll make its way to Japan. This store here was the best Disney store I've ever been to. I think the Fantasy Springs aesthetic is so beautiful. This is the Fantasy Springs Hotel, which would be such a dream for me to stay in one day. That is definitely on my bucket list, to stay in that hotel. And I don't even believe in spending crazy amounts of money to be in a hotel, because it's just, I don't know, I don't mind like two, maybe 300 to get like a luxury experience, but when you get into $500 and $600 a night, I don't know what level of income that my money would need to reach for me to just be like, yeah, let's do that. But right now it just seems kind of ridiculous to do something like that. So I've always stayed away from it. But the aesthetic of this hotel and how beautiful it is, if I could, you know, save up and do it, I think that would be one of the hotels that I would love to do it. But otherwise, I'm not super into doing all the really expensive hotels. I think money can be well spent on merch and stuff inside the park. I'd rather have trinkets that I can keep with me forever versus that very, very temporary experience in the hotel room, because you're going to spend most of the time at the park anyway. And as far as the price for stuff in Japan, everything was way better priced than what you see here in the States, which is crazy because you think it'd be kind of expensive because it's a new park. You can see how much effort they put into it. But no, I mean, the ears I think were like $13-14 when I went, like USD. Everything was just way better price. So, but the merch was different. So like the spirit jerseys and things like that aren't as popular. Little keychain plushies are popular. Ears were popular, but the styles were a little bit different. I'm gonna have shopping vlogs in the future, so definitely subscribe to check that out. We see Anna and Elsa walking by, so it definitely seems like they have people come in from other parts of the world to play some of the characters. Some of them they didn't. You could tell that they were regional, but other characters it seemed like they had flown people in. And I just love the garden aesthetic in Fantasy Springs. Like, it's just so pretty to me. Like all these like carved rock statues. I'm gonna do another video where I film Fantasy Springs at night, because when all this is lit up with colored lights and things like that, it takes on a whole nother life. So definitely, again, subscribe for that, because I'm gonna do like a nighttime video with all that stuff. And just like, look at that Cinderella and the dragon with the, I don't know if that's like what kind of fog that they have going out of there, if that's like dry ice or steam or what, but in person, you guys, this stuff just looks so good. And I don't know if you've seen other people talk about how it's actually cheaper to go to Japan than to go to Florida, because the tickets are a better price, the merch is a better price, the hotels are not a better price, but you can stay at a different hotel for probably a better price. But yeah, I would love to stay at this hotel one day. So that's definitely gonna be on our bucket list. How silly is Stone Olaf? Olaf is so cute. Anna and Elsa carved into there. This was kind of like an Indiana Jones type theme. We're going back to the Ariel's Grotto. That's my bag and my pen collection again, 93 moments. This is one of those popcorns, white matcha chocolate popcorn. See, they had all kinds of silly flavors. But look at this mosaic, you guys. It's absolutely insane. Like in person, the amount of work and detail that they put into this. And I so wish that they had something like this over in Disneyland, because it's this whole indoor theme park area. And let me tell you, we went to Japan in September, which, by the way, don't do that, because one, it's really hot and humid, which it sucks, but whatever, you know, just happy to be there. But two, Haunted Mansion was shut down because it was getting refurbished for Halloween and Christmas, for Nightmare Before Christmas. So I cannot officially check off that I've been to that Haunted Mansion. So that was pretty heartbreaking. But being able to go into this indoor area was such a nice relief from the hot outdoor humid area. I think in a moment I'm gonna walk into this area, and we literally just sat down and just, yeah. So over here, I think this is like a Triton show area. There's some kind of show that wasn't running when we were there, but we came in here multiple times. And I think on the second time that we went to DisneySea, I actually came in here and laid down and took like a 20-minute nap. My husband sat next to me and I just passed out. But there were other kids in here running around, and you could tell that they came in here to take a break as well, get away from the heat. I was trying not to film the other people, but that was a really nice area to just go and just catch a break, and like I said, I ended up taking a nap. And this is an indoor playground for little kids, which is so precious. Kind of like jungle gym. They can get up in the ropes and there's slides and things like that. The area is definitely themed more for younger ages, like toddlers and things like that. Like the rides are toddlers. If you think about over on the Disney California side, how they have those slow jellyfish and things like that, that's pretty much exactly what they had here in the grotto. But it's themed so well and it's so cute, and it's nice to be in the air conditioning that even if you're not a toddler, it was fun to go in there and enjoy it. We didn't end up doing any of the rides here. I think it would have been nice if they had like the aerial ride that they have in the Disney California side. That would have been really pretty. I haven't been to Disney Florida in a few years, so I know they have an aerial section over there, but I'm kind of forgetting what ride that is. We wanted to eat here, but we ended up we were too full to have the pizza there, so unfortunately we didn't get to try it. We have the caramel popcorn, and now we're in, I think this is just like a medieval theme, and then we ended up having lunch in Italy, and we got pasta. The bolognese is what they called it, but it was a little bit different than here in the States. And I'm gonna do a separate video for the Anna and Elsa ride, but you guys, this ride was so good. It was a long ride, it wasn't short. The Rapunzel ride I'll show later was really short, but this ride was so good. The details were so good. The animatronics or the robots for it were very good. It was a water ride, so that was that's probably top 10 one of my favorite rides. I'm trying to remember how similar it is to the one in Florida, but I remember liking that one more than the one over in Epcot. This Rapunzel ride, it's really short, but it might be, I might go out on a limb and say it's my #1 favorite ride because I'm obsessed with this lantern scene here. I love the Rapunzel Tower. Again, that horse looked really good in person. I can't remember his name. But floating through that lantern room was just, it felt like magic. It felt like you were in the scene of the movie, which is like when you're going on those rides and they're kind of slow and you're just floating along, you're really just going to feel like you're in the scene of the movie. And because of those lanterns, it really felt like you were. And here's the Snuggly Duckling. So we were so excited to go to this restaurant. My husband loves it. He ended up getting a Snuggly Duckling shirt. But again, it was just really immersive. The paintings, all that stuff. The food was okay. I don't remember it being like life-changing, but it was good. And just being around the art on the walls and the paintings and the environment, really that's what you go to Disneyland for. So it was really fun to go and see all of this and all the paintings. I wish there was okay Rapunzel merch, but it's way more popular there than here. But there really wasn't anything that jumped out at me. I did like that ring that you saw earlier at the Fantasy Spring shops. But you can see here it's starting to get dark, so I know this video is going to wrap up because I wanted to cut it here, but you can already see the colors are coming out and the vibes are setting in. So I'm going to go ahead and get this video posted, and I'm going to start working on the nighttime video so you can see the park glowing and the way that they layered the lights. It's just so stunning. I honestly want to go back so bad. We're hoping maybe we can go back. It's 2026, maybe in 2028. I don't know if we'll be able to make it over there next year. We have some stuff that we need to finish up with the house, but we only went to Tokyo too, so we want to be able to go to other places in Japan. And if we're gonna go all the way back to Japan, obviously we have to make it back here. So that's pretty much it for this video here. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me and re-experiencing Japan with me, and I'll get working on those other videos, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.